Hello, everybody. It's Sophie Hove here, and today I am with Aliza Kazander, the founder of PK Content Writer, the leading provider of the best content writing services in Pakistan. This agency will strengthen your digital footprint. Aliza's and her team empowers their clients' online presence with high quality content from blog posts to product description to emails, resume, newsletters, or cover letters, and much more than that. Aliza, I'm so excited to have you here today.
Thank you so very much, Sophie, for such an incredible introduction, and thank you so much for having me here. And yeah, this is Eliza Khanzada, and I just want to add in the description you have just told to your audience that recently my organization has also won an award that was by AP Insider. So we have been won that award for the best content agency in Pakistan.
Awesome, awesome! I'm so
Thank you so
excited.
much.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk to you today, Aliza. So yeah, I would love to go back to before you were running a content marketing agency and doing writing. That was like what, 8 years ago. What experience brought you to realize that content writing and content strategy can really create long-term values for clients?
Yeah, it was exactly 8 years back for professionally. Uh, Basically, I am a media and arts graduate, so I was studying media and arts, and it was like it was not getting into my head because that's a totally a different kind of a lot of creativity is needed. So I was always very bad at designing graphics and making animations and making videos. So it requires me a lot of hard work, but then there came a course of copywriting in my studies. So when I started that course, I realized that this is something I am best at, and this is something which is requiring the least hard work from my side, but giving the best output. Like I was adding less efforts, but the outcomes were so gigantic. So I decided from that point that I should pursue content creation as my professional for my professional career. So from there, I stepped into the market. I did a job in a software house where I learned about content. And I must say that at that time, even though I was writing content since my childhood, but still, when I stepped into the professional market, I realized that no, I'm nowhere. I'm nowhere. I have to grow myself. I have to improve. I have to learn a lot of things that how this industry actually works. What are the parameters of this industry? And then I studied, I researched, and I found out that how you can make content that will create an impact, plus that will generate sales for your clients. So this is how my content journey started. I did 2 or 3 jobs, which obviously fostered a lot of my skills, and because it gives you one-to-one interaction with the clients, you do different kind of works. Every client has different kind of requirements, so you adjust them, you cater to them. So I learned a lot. But then after that time, I started freelancing. So when I started freelancing, then at that time, word of mouth contributed a lot in starting my entrepreneurial journey. So a client of mine who used to ask me for work, they were so much satisfied with my work that they used to say that only you will be going to do your work, whether you get it late, because I was very occupied that days. So the things goes on, and then I realized that now I am bombarded with work, and now it's time to expand my team, and now it's time to outsource my work. So firstly, I started a home-based office when I started PK Content Writer as well. So firstly, it was home-based, but I realized that home-based thing, remote working is not working that good, which, because I am always keen towards training people, and when they are in front of you, you can train them very in an effective manner than at a call or at a message. So I started looking for the workplaces. I did partnership with my partners who is with PK Content Writer. We searched for a workplace. We started our office. We built our team, and now it's growing. our clientele is growing on and on. Our team is expanding, and we are having an incredible experience, and I'm loving it.
Great. What a great story, Elisa. Thanks for sharing that. We really need to hear more about stories like this. Really encouraging. I know that you guys work with a lot of clients in America and also in England. So what did you do? Really share with our audience a little bit. Like, what did you do to really attract and get these clients to really stay, like, get them on board and get them into your funnel and really working with them? Like, what is the first thing you do in order to attract these clients?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I should clear this thing that it's a startup and it's not a very big organization. Because how this thing to getting clients into works is you have a sales team who calls every person and lets them know about your brand, your services, and then if they motivate them or convince them that you are providing the best services or you are providing what they are looking for, so they come to you. So it's not like that. In my case, I used to send a lot of proposals on myself. For in the start, I was the HR of my company myself. I was a writer, I was the team, I was the salesperson, I was the marketer, I was everything. So I sent a lot of proposals to clients. I contacted them via LinkedIn. Told them my services, and I told them about my company. And I also designed a company profile in a professional manner in which I represented all my services and what would add value if they come to me, why they should choose me, that what why my services are different. I used to convey them, I used to tell them and talk to them, communicate with them. I used to guide them and educate them as well, because sometimes clients are from a different industry, so they are not well versed with that how content in this area will work. So I used to educate them as well, and once they are educated or they know, yeah, this girl is saying right things and she knows the right stuff, so that's how the clients come into our journey, and then they recommend us to their friends, their colleagues, or their contacts.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. Now, as you landed a client, for example, right? Could you share with our audience a bit about your process for creating value for your clients? I mean, what is the very
Yeah.
first thing you do when you landed a client?
Yeah, the very first thing I do is to ask what client actually wants, what is his or her requirements. For example, clients come to me and he needs an SEO optimized blog, right? So firstly I would ask him that in which keyword you want to get your blog ranked, right? So he will give an overview of me, then I will coordinate with my SEO team and I will look into that what things we should add, how we should develop a strategy, a roadmap, a plan, who is their target audience. Because when you are in content, knowing your target audience is very important, because you have to hit them, you have to let them know that this is how these services or this is how this product will add value to their life. So first thing first, we look for their audience. If it is a product which would be catering the needs of a teenage girls, or it would be for girls above 35 years, it would be for men, it would be for corporate personalities, it would be for casual people. So we should will be using the business tone in this way. Other than that, when it's come to digital content, because we are providing digital content services, so we make it clear that our writing is readable or understandable to a sixth grader. We write simple sentences. We don't want to complicate our clients and their customers with complicated words or jargons. We use simple language. We create content in a way that is meant for educating them and letting them know that what in this area, what awareness you should need. It's not just about promoting your services or selling your things. I have read a very beautiful line which I should want to share with you guys, that don't sell your product, sell your services. So if you are straightforwardly selling your product is full of promotion, that nobody will come, because they don't need your product. They need the answer to their they need the answer which will satisfy their needs. How? If someone is needing a nail buffer, so he doesn't know need a nail buffer, but he needs something which will make his or her nails shiny. So let them know that our product will serve you in this way, and how it will serve you in this way, because we have used these ingredients in this product which are useful for you in this way. So if your content is logical, it's based on facts, the other person will surely motivated enough to spend money on your buying your product.
Wow, wow, that's really good. Thanks for sharing that, Elisa. Let's talk about like how can an article, for example, support the client's brand, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what the client is hiring you for writing these pieces of content and articles, blog posts, and whatever form of content they need you to write for them. In return, they want to see that ROI. They want to see more leads, more conversions, more paying customers, obviously. So, can you talk about that a little bit? Like, how do you see the content, an article, for example, can support the client's brand?
Yeah. For this, you need there are a couple of things which, when you will work every one of them, it will work out, right? So if you need to promote your services with your blogs, so firstly you need to cater down a list. You need to jot down a list of your customers' wants, and in which area they are looking for the answers, on which platforms they are, right? So it's not just about blog post. You will also need to connect it with your social media uh, platforms. Like you should be spreading about that blog on your Facebook accounts, on your Instagram accounts, wherever your audience is. You need to reach them, right? And you should have some catchy headlines, right, which will let them know that here is the answer of your thing. Once this thing is completed, then you comes to the SEO part, because no matter how much good, how much factual, how much value oriented content you write, if you are not promoting it, if your content is not reaching to the right target audience, it will not bring sales. For that purpose, you have to come in front of them. And how you will come in front of them? You will come in front of them via search engines, via social media platforms, because these are the platforms where your audience is. So you would reach them by coming on those platforms. That's why we do content is king, but SEO is its queen. So it's not just about writing the best content, but it's also making sure that your content is reaching to the right target audience. For this purpose, you do SEO, you rank your content on Google first page or first lead. So whenever, for example, if someone is searching from how to bake an ice cake, right? How to bake an ice cake. So if your blog is ranking on this keyword and it's coming on the first page and on the first list, so anybody who is searching for that keyword will obviously click on your page, that here is the answer of my query. And once he landed to your page, then the comes the of value part, that you are not sharing the useless information for them, and not dragging your content, but you are sharing useful information and useful insights which will they like. And once the customer or the reader has landed to your website and he finds value at that, he will again come back. Next time he will search for your brand. He will not write the query, he or she will write the name of your brand, because they know that this is the brand, this is the place where I will get my answers.
That's well said. That's well said. Thanks for sharing that, Elisa. And also, from your experience, Elisa, what do you see that some of the writers, some of the content creators miss in their process that would make their content more effective?
Yeah. To make your content more effective, I always say research as much as you can. Plus, know your target audience, for whom you are writing, what are their pleasure points, what are their pain points, and write them according to them. To create an action, you have to hit their pleasures or their pains, so then it will create an action.
That's really well said. That's really well said. How long does it take you to usually do research? Um,
It
in your
depends.
writing process, like in your
Yeah.
writing process, what kind of research do you usually do? Like what aspect of that, and what kind of, like, how long does it take you to go through that research thoroughly?
Yeah. Yeah, it normally depends from product to product, from services to services. For example, if there's a niche which I am very well aware of, for example, I am very well aware of digital marketing trends, so it will take me lesser time to research about. But if it's something related to web development, if I'm writing something about web development, so it I will take more time to research, and I will see the websites, the content providers who are sharing information with good chunks, with good and useful pieces, which will hit me, which are understandable, which will educate me that yeah, this is how it's work. For example, if I am writing an article, if I'm writing a blog post on how to based articles, like how to install Adobe Photoshop, if I don't know it, I will look for different YouTube videos as well if it is not working to the research blogs, etc. So I will look for the video that how they are visually describing that fact, and once I my concept has been clear with that query, with that topic, then I will be able to write upon that. And then I will obviously give my own input as well, that this is how I learned about them, and now you should also learn this in this way.
I see, I see. So so from your, like, to your knowledge and also from your experience, what have you experienced as like the biggest challenge, if you will, at a freelance writer, at a content creator? What has been your biggest challenge in this realm? Is it about writing the content? Is it about researching the topic, the clients, or is it about, like, what was your biggest challenge?
For content, all the challenges which come my way were exciting as well. So I always love them. And when you love something, you find out ways and you enjoy those ways. The first challenge for me was because I was from a creative industry, and for creative, you are called as think out of the box and come up with something which has never been evolved yet. So I used to be very self oriented, that what I am thinking, what is my perspective, I should write in this way. So this is now how it works. It was my biggest challenge because I have to write as per my audience. I have, because I was writing for them. I was writing whether it was for awareness purpose or whether it was for commercial or marketing purpose, but I was writing for the target audience. So it I took some time to understand this thing and to write in this way, which your language, which your content becomes user friendly. This was one of the challenge.
Great, great. Thanks for sharing that, Aliza. So in the last part of the interview today, could you also give some of your advice or share some of your best practices to, let's say, writers who are new to writings, and they want to really be on this journey and want to make it their style, like their living? What should they do?
Yeah, sure. So my advice and my suggestion would be always innovate yourself. Always look strong eye on the evolving trends, because the way content was written 8 years ago has now been very much different. So always evolve and keep a strong focus on what trends are evolving, because consumer buying preferences have been evolving. Before 8 years, there was not a hype of digital marketing, which is on this. Before, people were not, their buying process was not like, if they are going for to shop something, they will read the reviews of it first. But now it happens, they see the reviews. If they find it okay, then they will thinking to spend their money, that they like, they make a decision for whether their money spending on a particular service or product is worthy enough or not. So always evolve with the passage of time, innovate yourself, read good stuff, don't read bad stuff, because internet is an encyclopedia, internet is filled with, in fact, internet is bombarded with information. So you have to sort it out, that which information is actually correct and useful and which is not. So make sure that you are researching from credible resources. You are researching from the things, from some authors, or some writers who have some deep interest or have some knowledge or experience in this, not a simple blogger who just one morning uh, wake up and made his own blog and started writing about that. So always research from good stuff, have that filter in your eyes, that how to differentiate between the useful content and which information is not correct. Don't sell anything or don't claim anything which you are not aware of or which you are not good at, because now the consumers are very much intelligent and they will sue you. That if you are claiming that my services are best and I am guaranteeing you this, and you are not capable of doing that, so your users are today now very much intelligent and smart, that they will not trust you anymore. So when I tell my students, or the people who ask me for advice, that how to catch the attention of people, so always a catchy headlines work over there, but make sure that you are not writing something which is incorrect. So this is the advice.
Thanks for that tips. That's really well said, Alisa. I think that's really accurate. Yeah, it's been, I think it's been really helpful. It's been a pleasure to really have you here and share your knowledge and share your experience and some of the best practices with our audience. Thanks for your time today, Alisa.
Thank you so very much for inviting me and having me here. It was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much.